Alright everybody, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. As I'm sure most of you are excited to see Ryan and myself back behind the camera, it has been a while. Welcome to the end of the year live stream brought to you by Ryan, the Doombringer Griffin,
Hello.
and Jose the Catson Perez. We have not been available for quite some time, and we apologize for that. So let's go ahead and get our apologies out of the way so we can put it all behind us. Team Absolution, the channels, are going through a transitional period. There is some changes happening that we'll go into further at the beginning of 2016. But in order to get ready for those changes, and we are training a new editor, we are doing some new changes, like I said, we are not dead. Let me make that perfectly clear here and now, we are not dead. We are making some changes. Some of them include training a new editor. Some include conglomerating our 3 channels into one super channel so we can bring you Team Absolution entertainment overall. To not disregard Vanguard, of course. Vanguard will always be part of our channel, as Force of Will and gaming in general. We're just trying to get all of this connected together, and it's taken us a longer. And honestly, we've been a little burnt out. It's been our first year doing the channel in its full entirety, and we have traveled to more tournaments this year than we have ever traveled to, right, Ryan?
Yeah, pretty much.
We went to Atlanta 3 times, I think, since we started the channel. We've been to Atlanta 3 times. We've been to Virginia twice, Charlotte 3 times, I think, or twice. South Carolina once, I think.
I didn't go to that one.
Well, I went.
Okay.
But we've been to a lot of different places, and so we're just working. We've been exhausted, and one thing about Vanguard, as you guys probably know, is that things happen in Vanguard daily. Like, new cards get released daily. A set freaking drops every month. And it's something that we have to always be paying attention to. But we needed a break. We needed to relax. Most of us are college students, minus myself. And break and finals were coming up. So I decided to give everyone their proper due and break, and let them relax, and let Ryan go home and live his dream.
I still didn't go home or live my dream.
And let everyone enjoy their break as best they could. Along with also take a break and focus on things that they need to focus on and recharge our batteries. Because 2016 is going to be another year full of tournaments, full of card games, full of gaming in general. And so I wanted to make sure everyone relaxed and we got everything ready for 2016. So sometime in 2016 you're going to be seeing some major changes happen on the channel, and I hope that you enjoy that. If you don't, I'm sorry. Please stick around and enjoy us at least. One of the things leading up to these changes, though, while we get our editing arranged, I'm going to be trying to do a weekly live stream just like this one every Monday around this time. I guess the time is right now about 8:30, 8:45. We'll be getting started around this time to bring you the news of the week, just like Damage Check is. This will be our Damage Check live stream every week. Me, Ryan, hopefully somebody else, maybe Jorge, Venezuela and Jank. Yes, I can tell Jorge to enable past broadcasts on his Twitch in case we missed it. I had no idea that was an issue. Jorge, if you're listening, please do that. Add water with me. I mean, water juice. I need to charge my phone. So, first things first, let's talk about holidays. I hope you guys had really good holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever it is you celebrate. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, New Year's. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Some people start early, like myself. So let's talk. I mean, just to hash it out, let us know in the comments. You know, what did you guys get? Did you guys get anything Vanguard related? I didn't get anything Vanguard related, except for 2 full art Outmiles. I bought that for myself.
Good for you.
I needed 2 full art Outmile strides. I just needed that in my life, so I went ahead and picked them up. Now, Ryan, am I under the impression that you got ripples? Not for Christmas, but you have them.
I have them.
They are finally.
I got the important ones.
On the wings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look out for my deck profile when we can edit videos again.
Yeah.
Live stream deck profile. I'll just
check out these cards. Just throw them at the camera. So we'll be getting that deck profile. I'll be testing out the new without Miles in it. So let's talk about some spoilers. Let's talk about... Actually, we're going to first talk about, and I think it's the most important thing to talk about, we have reached the end of 2015. It's only got 1 week left. We've only got a week left of spoilers, but we're not going to talk about spoilers per se in this next section. We're going to talk about what I like when I did around this time last year, the state of Vanguard. The end of the year... Typical deck profile coming 2017.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
So,
We'll see.
We are going to try our best to talk to you right now about where Vanguard was as it was at the beginning of 2015. At the end of 2015, let's talk about the beginning of 2015. So, if I remember correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, at the beginning of 2015, BT16 had just released.
Is it really only a year ago?
Yes, I think BT16 had released in December of 2014. But it was probably in full swing by the beginning of 2016. So I think January or February, if I remember right, February was the release of BT17, and that's where we started the year with BT17. Now, we have now went through Legion, Stride, and Stride version 2, as I call Gear Crisis. And, or as we really want to call it again, you've got Stride... Stride version 2 and Ripples. and a declination back to not riding grade 3s, which we haven't seen in quite some time. So the game is, I would say, progressed and declined overall. We've definitely seen some positives and some negatives in both regards. And it's been rough in that sense. And to answer Hector's questions, Nate's not here at the moment. He is home in Hickory, taking a nice respite from his difficult semester. So we wish him rest and respite. Like I said, Ryan didn't actually go home. I mean, he did, but then he didn't.
I sort of went home.
And I went home for all of 3 days for Christmas, and then I'm back.
January 23rd of 2015 was set 17 in English. So you're right, by the way.
What? Say that again?
January 23rd, 2015 was BT17.
So January.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we literally started the year...
With predictions.
With Perditions, and now we end the year with Ripples, which is interesting, because Aqua Force was pretty much a dead clan at the beginning of 2015.
Yeah, it's almost like they gave them one of the best cards in the game, and suddenly they work. No way.
And now, but then they came up, and then they declined again. Now, I'm going to give a good shout-out to probably the most potent clan of the year, and believe it or not, it's not Shadow Paladins. Shadow Paladins fully didn't hit their stride, if you will, until about the time they got their strides. So
really?
April, June-ish, or May.
Yeah.
Can't remember. But the deck that really had potency in 2015, Deck of the Year, not Deck of the Year, Clan of the Year goes to, in my opinion, Royal Paladins.
Royal Paladins.
Royal Paladins stayed consistent from the beginning of 2015 with Thingsaver to the end of 2015 with Sandguard.
They were never not top.
They were never not doing something. They were never not pissing somebody off throughout the year. So... it definitely took an effect. And to answer Thomas's question, I think he gestured to the fact that we said it was a rise, then a declination. He said, so basically Vanguard went nowhere. That is one interpretation. It could be interpreted that way because until CBD comes out at the beginning of next year, I think, we're definitely in a tough spot about countering the Ripples. Without, I think Kagura might have a good chance, but then Kagura will lose if it plays against Sandguard or Shadow Paladins. But
Get yourself in a weird square meta, which is fine. At least there are 4 decks.
Yeah,
not 2.
I like 4 decks better than 2. But Deck of the Year definitely goes to...
Diablo Revengers.
Deck of the Year... Or Deck of the Year goes to Revengers. For being so freaking... so freaking expensive, so freaking powerful, and so freaking potent. So I give Deck of the Year probably to Shadow Paladins, in the sense. Most consistent deck, most long-standing clan... was Royal Paladins. Long-standing clan Royal Paladins, most powerful deck, Shadows. Kaguro goes with Kagero gets most months without support. In as far as being consistent, the most powerful deck that got the most least support in the year.
Kagero.
Kagero got two sets of support, and only one of them was really good.
Yeah, you got G1 and set 17 technically. That was it. Woohoo!
I guess it's a tie between. It's a tie between. In this next category for State of the Year, decks that can just win out of nowhere for 2015 go to two different decks: Dimensional Police and Megabugs.
I was gonna say Great Nature.
Great Nature can also win out of nowhere, but no, you can kind of see the Doom train coming.
No, you can't. You don't know you're gonna face Great Nature, and then that guy in top 8 shows you Great Nature, and you're like, "Oh, this will be fine." And then he maths you out of the game, and you realize you have no idea what happened. Why did I suddenly lose?
Nah, but I mean, it's more like what I'm talking about is like a deck where like you're playing it, and you can think that you're totally winning, and then they drop the Laurel, and you're like, "Oh, well, now I'm dead."
But you were already dead. That's the thing about Laurel. When they show you Laurel, you understand that you are dead.
Yeah.
But you were probably dead before that if you were even considering letting it hit.
Alright, well, what I mean is like decks that just win for no good reason. Because
no,
that
Mr. Team Soul Reapers, there is no Gold Paladin. Gold Paladin gets the Disappointment of the Year award.
No, that's probably not Aquaforce. Token Rambo gets the Disappointment award.
Oh, okay, alright.
I wanted so much from that extra boost.
Gold Paladin is suffering the same problem as Kagero is. We're not getting anything, but Kagero was better.
Yeah. Kagero started the year off strong. Because the thing is, Kagero was just going back on Overlord support, which is always solid. While where Gold Paladin started at the beginning of the year was with an entirely new subclan that they decided to never support until the end of the year, which we're not getting until the beginning of next year. So, Victor, well, thank you. I try to be stylish on camera, you know how I am. Anyways, it's just Metal bugs.
Metal bugs. We don't need DP and Metal bugs to come
Mega
together.
Colony can win out of no... Because when you face Mega Colony, you know you're just staring at Mount Olympus, and you're like, well, I gotta climb this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing is kind of true with D-Police. When you see D-Police, when you see them flip up that starter, it's a D-Police starter.
And you're like, okay, who's gonna win this game?
So it's like, okay, here we go. And if it's D-Robos or Mega Bugs, it's pretty poopy. So that's those two. Most expensive deck of the year goes to Bermuda Triangles, the Harmony Collection. Shout out to you, Andrew. We know you love that deck. You know you built it. Our friend Andrew actually built a fully SP'd Harmony deck worth, I think, $3,000 is what he said.
Sure.
And he enjoys it. I hope he does enjoy it. It's a nice deck. It looks...
at least get some wins with it sometimes to make it worth.
Now, okay, so that's our jokingly, our like Oscars-esque, what we thought won what in terms of decks and clans.
Best in show, Shadow Paladins.
Best in show, Shadow Paladins. Best in consistency, Royal Paladins.
Most improved.
Most improved probably goes to Mega Colony.
Yeah, definitely.
Mega Colony
you
literally
didn't have a clan.
Mega Colony literally started from the bottom, and now they're here. They literally got one card, and the deck was okay to play again.
So the comments over here, the text raps, and so when Thomas Tiger made his comment, I read, "Dang, 3K for meme aids," and then I realized it was mermaids, and then I finally put it together that it was mermaids.
So
thank you for the laugh.
I think Aquaforce gets... I don't know what Aquaforce gets. Most meta destabilizing.
When Aquaforce is in, you're scared. When Aquaforce is out, you're not scared.
That's the thing is, like, I'm thinking about two important instances in which the leaders will never be good. In which... that's ESPN, and I apologize. There's two instances where that deck, where that clan was meta-shattering, meta-shifting in a good sense. First one was that KMGPT02. It actually changed the way we were playing because it knocked Kagero out of the field entirely and let Royals take their full usurp the throne completely with Vanguard and or Jewel Knights with Chinese Rice Farmer, as we call it. So definitely in that instance they were meta shine. And now we come back at the end of the year. That was at the beginning of the year. We come back at the end of the year and Ripples are released. And it's like
they speed up the game again.
They speed up the game again and completely take out any discussion of riding grade 3 or striding or anything.
People were already figuring out about 6 or 7 months into the year that you just, the game is won at grade 2. That's where you really have your first battle. I can stick it out. If I can stick it out and starve you out, I will. Narukami has been able to do that since they kind of came out. They always had a very strong grade 2 lineup.
Right.
And they could sit there and starve you out if you needed to go to grade 3 or something. And since, maybe not so much in Legion where we still didn't have enough, the game wasn't so dependent and the decks weren't so dependent on grade 3 only mechanics, if I wanted to grade 2 starve you in Legion format, you probably still had your other, your Dote, your other cards that were still good no matter what. Your old, LB4 guy who syncs with your deck, and, your Jewel Knights or something.
Or you had the break ride that you were breaking already.
Yeah, but now that everything is stride, grade 2 decks really came to fruition when, if I want to stride first, I just have to starve you out. And that's just how it's going to be. I choose when I ride to grade 3. If you don't get that choice, you lose. I can put you in the worst position. Especially if I have a stride that says, gain a momentous amount of advantage the first time you play it.
Exactly. I have to agree entirely. It's just, they came and they completely shattered the game in both instances. So most meta shattering I have to give, honestly, to Aquaforce. It changed.
Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin just took it all in. They're like, thanks for doing all the heavy lifting.
Thanks, Aquaforce. We'll come sweep it up for you, buddy. And it's nice for those. But I think Narukami was the most beatdown deck of the year. Oh, let's go ahead and knock this out. Worst set of year. Deleter's Extra Booster. Terrible set.
There was nothing in there.
And I'm sorry if you think I'm wrong, but you're wrong. That set was garbage. Had the set as the leaders that nobody cared about. And if you cared about them, I'm sorry, but they were bad.
I thought they were cool. I thought the mechanic was cool. I liked the alternate win cons in this game that was all about, let's just beat down your opponent as quickly as possible. But then it got to the point where, oh, your mechanic is really, really good, we're just not going to give you any cards that help you.
I don't see the synergy in the deleters. I don't see it. With the old deleters and the new deleters,
it's not working.
I don't see the synergy. The Alfred stuff was cool, but you know what we were missing? A new Alfred. Thanks. My heart was broken.
Woohoo!
Now, could you still make the deck work? Absolutely. But can it trump Royals that are already out? No. This stride is poop compared to new strides.
See, it's like, if you try to make the deck work, as we stressed, it's like putting new gears in the grandfather clock. Sure, it's gonna work, but Jose's got a smartwatch. What are you doing?
Oh, boom.
It's brand new.
Christmas gift. The Gear S2, everybody. Sponsored, not sponsored. But it's just
manga cards, but the manga card that we don't have? Hermes.
We'll never get Hermes.
We'll never get Hermes.
So, the issue was that set was just garbage. Hot garbage. At least Token Rambu was a fun set. And it did a lot of stuff. I actually like the mechanics of Token Rambu. The deck is cool. The deck is fun to play. If you've ever seen Jorge play it on our streams, it's a lot of fun when he plays it. But it's just not potent enough. Now, the Alfred stuff... You see, when we take that extra boost for this, the leaders and Alfreds, first of all, I throw away half of the leaders because I'm not even interested. And then the other half that I have that are Royals, some of those cards were nuts. One, the 8K that calls a 6K, that card's cool. I see room for that card in certain decks. I see room for that card if certain grade 2s get banned in the future. Sword me. And stuff like that. So, that leaves us with where we are there. But let's talk about an interesting thing about where the game has become since where it started. We left Limit Break to go into Legion at the beginning of 2015. Well, I mean, technically late 2014, but by the beginning of 2015, we had taken up Legion. Limit Break was pretty much all but dead. But now that we're at the end of this year, with Ripples at their mainstay, the argument could be made to make limit break decks with strides and abandon Legion and Heartbreakers. Because as long as Ripples have any
standing,
you're going to need a grade 3 that does something. So, Salome, or... Dude, call him the Alfred! Call him the OG! Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please
don't do that.
You're not going to get this in. Ashley Reverse. Go back to Chinese Rice Farmer. That'd be clutch.
I mean, we still have Dote. We still have... I guess you can still play the Break Rides and Shadows. Like, most of these decks were already doing something like that, like Sanctuary.
Well, Shadows still stay potent because they use, I think, 2 Break Ride, 2 Drag Ruler for Abyss. So it's like the ultimate versatility. Where it's like
still fine.
Yeah, where if they ride
all of the meta decks, like the Holy Triad, Kagura Royals, and Shadows, were already doing these things, and that's probably why they're still standing up, because they still have the options. Other decks that either totally relied on Legion or their cards were just bad, they're still sitting there like, what is there for me? But there's new stuff.
That was the problem with probably why Bugs got hit super hard going into Ripple's meta, is because Bugs, they got that one card that made them really, really good, but Ripple said, yeah, but now you can't use that one card, so how would you call that Stag Beetle? You can't do anything with it. Like, it's pretty poopy. So, it's just sad, in my honest opinion, that we had so much fun in Legion. And I think I've said this before on the channel, that Legion is by far my favorite format we ever played in. It was fast, it was fun, it was technical.
It was. I very much enjoyed Legion. I liked Stride when it started, how it really augmented Legion. It gave you options. Do I want to go for this one power swing that also has, some sort of utility effect, like when Kagura got its first strides, you don't have to try and restand. You can just, that column's a problem. I want to get rid of it, no questions asked. I want to hit his booster, which a lot of my cards don't hit boosters. I can go into Mahmood.
Right.
Or if I need to go for something, put cards back, I can Legion. Then the game became who strides first, and then the game became who can play without striding at all.
Yeah, which is really sad because I do like Generation Break to a certain extent. Generation Break 1, at first, I did not like it at all. I figured there were too many cards in the card pool that did the cards that G-Break needed. But then they made some good G-Break cards that decks needed. But then once again, it became, we fell into this declination where the dominant strategy just became, okay, I'm not going to ride grade 3, and now you don't get any of these G-Break skills. That's what happened to Gear Chronicle. They suffered from their own mechanic they were sent there to build. And so it's kind of
balancing, really.
It's an overcorrection, unfortunately, which makes me really sad because luckily Glendios knocks out Ripples for the moment, and I guess
CBD's coming back.
CBD's coming back, which is another limit break, which is interesting. It's a limit break with the strides. These limit break stride things might become more prevalent in the game, which is kind of sad because I honestly hated limit break format. I despised it.
Limit break was a very carefree format. You had to trick your opponent into, and then it became, the format slowed down. People started give me the damage, then I can use my skills and try and blow you out. Then it became a very aggro-esque format, and then it became a very controlled format where I need to stay at 3 damage as long as possible and keep my opponent at 3 damage as long as possible, and someone's gonna bust through, and then it did the exact same thing the Stride format is doing now. It became a very who can control the game and strangle their opponent out first.
Right. And let me make this clear, important here. And so you've got this now. Let's not ride to grade 3. And let me be clear. In my opinion, at least I think Ryan feels the same way. If you're not going to ride grade 3 against me, I completely respect that. It might frustrate me, but I respect it. It's proper play. Because if you know that my deck lives off Stride, and you're gonna try, I mean, I'm not saying I played somebody, I
don't blame people for doing it.
Yeah, when I played against the guy in Atlanta, he tried to, I was playing Saintguard, he was playing Aquaforce, and he tried to keep me at grade 2. That was improper play because there was no way he was going to outstar my calling grade 2 engine with him drawing grade 2s from the deck. There's no way. I was going to outmaneuver him that way. But if it's the proper strategy, if it's the dominant strategy like Ripples and I ride grade 3 against me, do it. It's our 2015 version of 2014's version of I'm going to keep you at 3 damage so you can't break ride / limit break.
And your cards are useless and my cards are good. And
Exactly.
That's how I win the game.
Oh, I'm playing MLB? Let me hit you with that crit and see if you're willing to take a gamble. It's an all or nothing play, and I respected it. I respected, scum guarding in that day, and I respect this. Now, I don't like it because it frustrates me, and I feel like it hampers the mechanics of the game, but I'm not going to hate a player for playing properly. That's just not a thing to do. And so, at the end of the year, to be completely honest, I'm pretty sad at where the game has come because at the beginning I was so excited. I was having so much fun with ThinkSaver. I had some of my best games against Shadows and against Kagero in that time. It was so much fun, in my opinion. It was a lot of fun. And I was having an early stride was a lot of fun. Seeing the 3 clans that were once topping, Tsukiyomi, the 3 decks, Tsukiyomi / Coco, Dotex, and ThinkSaver, was insane. Seeing those 3 decks back in the meta like that, like what? That was crazy. I loved it. But then things started to get a little berserk with Fighters Collection, and then things started just to ramp up with Shadows, and then Sankguard, and then to correct all of it, we had to eliminate a mechanic from the game, which made me really sad. And I'm really hopeful that in 2016, we're going to go back in time. Woohoo! In 2016, we kind of go away from that, and I think that the Limit Break 4 Stride cards are the way to do it. Or it's Bushiroad's way of fixing it. Because cards like CBD says, okay, I'm going to ride CBD. If you stay at grade 2, I'm going to kill you. Because I'm just going to lock your dudes, and you're going to die. So now you ride to grade 3, but I also have the Stride that does cool stuff too. So now I've clamped you on both sides. I force you to play the game, and then now we can play the game. So if you're playing a grade 2 dependent deck, like fully dependent, that has no grade 3s, aka Ripples, or has very few grade 3s, aka Ripples, it says, no, you were playing, I called no bullshit. So here's my grade 3, here's my Stride. I think you agree with that, right? I'm going to let you jump in here.
Okay. So I really want to do spoilers.
You really want to do spoilers? Okay.
Yes.
All in all, we are excited to see 2016 in its full
What's
swing.
that Grand Legion? Wait, if they remove Legion to bring in Grand Legion, that's the real play.
Grand Legion! Only works when your opponent's at grade 2.
Oh my god.
Best 5 out of 7 on Rock, Paper, Scissors to see who goes second.
No. Alright, yes. Unfortunately, most of our videos explaining the Technical Booster, Reckless Rampage, spoilers, have been eaten by the camera. So, I'm gonna go through and at least give you the big ones. So, just moments ago, we had the spoiler of the new Batama GR.
This is breaking news from Card by Vanguard.
Gonna give you our first impression as... Normally I do this, but Jose has never read this card. Is Rikudo Stealth Dragon Sukumurakan.
Okay, this is the GR?
This is the GR.
Okay.
GB2, Counterblast 2, and choose a face-down card from your G-Zone, flip face up, non-specific persona flip.
Okay.
When this card is placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses 4 cards from his or her hand, binds all the rest face down, and at the end of that turn, your opponent puts the cards bound with this effect back in their hand.
I love this card.
This card seems great.
This card is great.
This is a very Enter the Coliseum effect. It's, I'm going to put my stuff on the board and force you down, and if you can survive this with 4 cards, good for you, but you are losing something. If I am set up, they still get to perfect guard it, so that's how it's balanced, but if there's some other combo you can do this with, which I'm sure there is if we're getting more new Batama support, Hopefully After Image does something like when this After Image comes back to your hand, choose another card with After Image and play it, or choose a card without After Image and play it.
Maybe
So
After
we
Image
at
goes
least-
to the bind zone, steals a bind card.
Yeah, give me something that allows me to hit multiple times so they're at least taking some sort of damage.
See, here's what I like about this card. One, it's pretty low cost. Kind of must one flip, right?
Cannibals 2 and flip something.
Ooh, kind
On
of
GB2.
On GB2? I
It's
still
your
like it
finisher.
though.
You gotta finish
and it's
it.
a solid finisher. Because it's like
No
Thomas
matter
Steiger
how
just said.
far ahead your opponent is, if you ever put them in a bad position, you get to put them in a worse position. Like they have 10 cards, but they're 5 damage. Too bad.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the matchups against Suki. Like, I don't.
Nothing can save you.
Nothing. No
Everything
amount
you
of
have
toms
built.
will save you here. I like it. I like it too, and especially if Nubatama keeps getting and using and abusing cards that says when this hits, this retire something in the bind zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If Nubatama does what Nubatama does, and like, you know, just starts wrecking things, I really enjoy that card. I think the card is a solid finisher. It's their version of Diablo. But instead of saying unblockable, I'm going to give you the despair of having 4 cards,
And we'll see how much it helps.
and you'll see what you make. Because I mean, that main column's already swinging 36 to 31
At least.
at least. So
Yeah.
that column's swinging 31.
Do you have the perfect guard? If not,
That's
you
the PG
lose.
for that. But like, you still need the 10Ks for the other thing. If I hit triggers, you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. You did your best. Go home.
I hope
Maybe
you had
next week.
something. All right. Next up, we don't actually know what rarity this is, but this is Destruction Tyrant Twin Tempest. The Tachikaze Stride, or one of the Tachikaze Strides. You actually got 2, I believe.
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh yeah, we got 2 Tachi Strides.
Yeah, some of these
Now
Tachis are actually... Dinosaurs might be on the up and up, which you don't hear come from me very often.
Right. So, Destruction Tyrant Twin Tempest says Stride, GB2, Counter Blast 2, and Soul Blast 2.
I'm going to pause here for 2 seconds. In a completely unrelated note, Jorge just sent a message to us. I don't think he's watching the stream right now. He literally just said, and I quote, "Holy shit, that Nuba Stride."
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Alright, continue.
Now,
Ryan.
now the new hotness is Voidmaster with the new booster. Wait, that doesn't actually matter anymore. So anyway, Destruction Tyrant Twin Tempest. GB2, Counter Blast 2, and Soul Blast 2, and choose 3 of your rear guards and retire them. At the end of this battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, retire all of each player's rear guards. You clear the board. After you
Wait, it's a
attack-
board wipe?
It is a board wipe.
I think we talked about this card once, actually.
We probably did, but I don't think that video ever went out.
I like the board wipe.
Good against a lot.
Good against things that need to be board wiped.
Don't play this against Diablo. I wouldn't recommend it.
Do not play this against Diablo.
I'm so very sad. But yeah, against things that need board, Royals, this might not be a bad card to have. And it's looking like a lot of these can be splash. This might be your splash.
What, the board wipe?
Yeah, the board wipe.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
So let's get to what Tachi is doing now. Their new thing.
The
They're,
Devourer.
Devourer.
Right. Well, I think it's called Engorge.
Engorge. It's called Engorge now. It wasn't
Engorge.
called
Nom 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 dies.
And I really like the theme they're going with here. Let me get up. This is actually this is Ancient Dragon support that I'm looking at now. Oh, this is the Spino Commando thing. I think this is the Infinite Break Right card.
Yeah, they're Infinite Break Right card.
So I'll just go over this real quick. It's Ancient Dragon, Spinal Commando, Limit Break 4, choose one of your guards and retire it. At the end of your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 grade 3 unit from your soul, write it as stand. If you rode, choose up to 1 card named Ancient Dragon Spinal Commando from your soul, put it into your hand and draw a card. When this unit is placed on Vanguard until end of turn, this unit gets Vanguard Counterblast 1 with Ancient Dragon's card name. During your turn, when your rear guard with Ancient Dragon and its card name is put into the drop zone, you may pay the cost. If you do, call that card to an open rear guard. It's kind of like your utility Limit Break that you need now.
Yeah.
Because everything's gone to shit. We're playing Limit Break strides.
Woo. Alright, next.
It's not bad. You can kind of just go through the stuff and do what you want. So, we're going to get to... I want this guy. Emperor Dragon Gaia Emperor. I don't know what the trend is with like having the same word twice in your name.
Yeah, it's just the
Friendship Star Starvader or whatever his name. Companion Star.
Companion Star Starvader.
So this
Chrome
was,
Jailer Dragon, Conviction Dragon, or whatever.
this was the first Engorge guy we got. So Engorge is when this unit attacks, you may retire one or more of your rear guards, and if you do, it is Engorge until end of turn. Now it's very important that Engorge works on Vanguard and rear guard. So
Right.
you can do this whenever you want, but not all of the effects will help you. So Continuous Vanguard, Generation Break 2. If this unit is Engorged, this unit gets power plus 5,000 and plus 1 critical.
Right.
So you can eat one guy on the Vanguard, and you get the boost with the crit, the Susanoo boost.
No.
Counterblast 1. During your turn when your G unit strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 cards from your hand, call them to separate rear guards, choose up to 2 of your rear guards, and until end of turn, they get auto during your turn when this unit is put into the drop zone from rear guard, call it back.
So you can engorge them.
You can engorge them and call them
back.
back. And if they have on-call skills, you get to play them again. Actually, you get to do them twice. I don't know why they had to include the part about calling these 2 units from your hand. I don't know if there are cards that work with that. I never liked that mechanic. Oh, do this thing you could normally do. Whoa, ho, ho. If it were like those 2, it would be fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, because this is... Oh, okay, never mind, I see. It's because it's an auto skill, not an act skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have to do it, because it's on stride.
Yeah.
To make sure that you have 2 guys that get the boost.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. Alright, and the big guy. Absolute King, Gluttony Dogma.
Whoever knew that a card that has a part of our channel name would be from Tachikaze?
Fred found this.
Fred found us. Fred, we always loved you.
No.
We
We were ambivalent. Yet hopeful.
We were ambivalent but yet hopeful until
All right.
despair.
This is the guy. So he has Engorge, and Generation Break 2. Choose a face down card named Absolute King Gluttony Dogma. He's a persona flip. From your G zone, turn it face up. When this unit becomes engorged, if you retired 3 or more units during this turn due to the effect of this unit's engorge ability, you may pay the cost. If you do, until end of turn, this unit gets power plus 10,000 and auto once per turn. At the end of the battle, this unit is attacked. If you retired 5 or more units during this turn due to the effect of this unit's engorge ability, stand this unit, and this unit gets drive -1 until end of turn. He is your guy.
He's your dude.
He's your dude.
I like this dude.
It's not bad. Unfortunately, both of the stride units so far are GB2. We need something a little faster.
I mean, they got a few on hits.
But they got a couple on hits. They'll get something. We need them to get a rare stride that's good. I don't want to see you running.
This Thomas guy. This Thomas guy's funny. Thomas guy's funny. And he's a restander. How surprising he's from you guys.
Hey, restanders are good. They've always been good. Should have seen me on Dota back in the day. If we'd had that channel while I was on Dota. Jeez. The good old days. Alright. See if we got anything else from Tachikaze.
Man, Alex just called us stupid bitches.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
Ouch.
Oh, what's this guy? Is this guy good? Okay, we got a rearguard engorge guy. This is a Rage Dragon Tyranna Brute. He's got engorge, and on the rearguard he's Generation Break 1. When this unit becomes engorged, till end of turn, this unit gets power plus 5,000 for each unit retired during this turn due to the effect of this unit's engorge ability. Okay, so you can eat dudes for this guy and pump him. He's a grade 3. Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, search for up to 1 unit with the engorge ability from among them, reveal it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. You don't like it? Cycle for your grade 3.
Right. I'm a fan. Jose is a fan.
This is fine. If it was a grade 2, that would be crazy. That would be absolutely insane. And let's see if this starter is busted. Aw, he's cute. It's Baby Kamara. He has Forerunner. And Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. During your turn, when this unit is placed on the drop zone from rearguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search for your deck from up to 1 grade 1 color, call it to rearguard, shuffle your deck, and then it gets plus 3,000 till end of turn.
I'd rather have Dragon Egg.
No, really?
No. But it's infinitely better than Dragon Egg. So now you got a 10k booster behind your guy, or behind your other guy, when you engorge him.
Right. Yeah, we are reading from the wiki. but we're not doing all of them. We're only hitting the starter, some of the double R's, the triple R's, things that are major that have been revealed so far. Hit us with the next. Hit us with the spikes, I think is next.
Alright, so so spikes haven't actually had their effects put in yet, I don't think. Some of them have. So this is Bulldozer Daub. He has charge, and it explains what charge is, which is during the turn this unit is placed on rear guard by an effect, you may have this unit become in charge. If you do, put it on the bottom of your deck at the end of the battle in which you participated. And Generation Break 1, if this unit is in charge, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. So you can just pull him out of the deck, he becomes charged. Generation Break 1, he's a 21.
He's basically a Juggernaut Maximum for them.
He's Juggernaut Maximum for free this time, assuming you can pull him out of the deck.
Yeah.
If you can find room in a grade 3 slots, he looks good. Now we did have some other guys. The Stride Great Villain Dirty Picaro has not been spoiled yet, I don't believe, but we did get... They have come. The Spike Sisters are here.
The Spike Sisters! They've made it!
Great Villainous Dampier Lily. She's a Stride. She's a single R, and when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose up to one card with a charge ability from your hand, call it to rear guard until end of turn, that unit gets plus 5,000 power, and when this unit is put into the deck from rear guard, draw a card. So she's an on-hit, call your Bulldozer 26 on the rear guard with everything else you got, and then you get to replace it.
Right.
So this, Spike Brothers is starting to lean towards doing things for free.
I like things for free.
But a little slower. They're a very slow boost, hit, run away, boost, hit, run away. Keep your boosters in the back and keep throwing them. Oh, we forgot one. Oh, yep. Yep, you were correct, sir. We did forget a very important Tachikaze card.
Also, Andy, charge is not pulled out of the deck, it's called by any effect. We understand that, it's just important to realize that Spike Brothers are the clan that calls out of deck in most cases. It usually doesn't call from the hand with an effect or from the drop zone. Typically, Spike Brothers calls grade 3s, grade 2s, grade somethings from the deck. And so that's why we said that, because that's typically when you're going to be doing that.
Yes.
And how you're going to be doing that.
Now, if they do get effects that pull cards out of deck, great! More efficient. I hate things that get called out of your hand. What's the point? You could have called it anyway.
Right.
Except now you have a reason to charge. Yes, we did forget one very important thing in Tachikaze. Here's something that you needed. Explosive Dragon Sarkablaze. He is a common. Common!
We made it, boys!
He's got Engorge, Vanguard or Rearguard, and Continuous, Vanguard or Rearguard. During the battle, if this unit attacks, if this unit is engorged, your opponent cannot call grade 0 cards from his hand to the guard circle. Hello!
Hello!
Is that a
Hello! Hello!
Yeah, in case you didn't see the comment from Andrew real quick. Yes, there's a grade 2 Silent Time for Tachikaze. You do have to retire one. Oh no!
In the good words of my mixtape, it's damn son, where'd you find this? So, all in all, I am excited for Technical Booster. I think it brings a lot of promises to four clans, Nupatama, Spikes, Tati, 3 clans.
Yeah, that's just it.
3 clans that are in desperate need
Of support.
Like, I'm talking like,
Help me!
they got straight booty in 2015. They got no love in 2015. They got less love than Kagero.
For real.
And I would never say that, because Kagero gets a shit ton of support. But they got some booty for support. Booty. So, for anyone joining us right now, I just want to say that you can go back at the beginning of this video, and then go to about 7 minutes after that, and start watching this completely, whatever. Watch it from there. This will also be archived and re-uploaded as soon as it's done in its entirety, so you can enjoy it. We're excited for 2016, whether it be Fighters Collection in all its glory, whether it be this thing in all its glory. Remember, we still need Reverse Legion and Grand Legion, something we were promised at the introduction of G, which is yet to be announced. So there are still 2 mechanics left to be exploited, which we don't know.
With Mr. Red Hair, Pink Circle Guy as the main character. See how that goes.
Bushiroad needs to address where we're going in the series, needs to address where we're going in the game. Because while Stride is fun, it's getting a little stale in the sense of, like, it's now being pressured by GB2s, GB3s, GB4s. Give me a GB7.
No.
Give me a GB7.
The final stride. You'll never make it, but in case you do.
You win the game. No, I want to see something new.
I would love a mechanic where you flip over dudes so it speeds up the game. Like, really, all you need to do is, or one of the cool things that we could do is just pay costs of like grade 2s with flipping things over so you can turn into GB2s faster. And then you have all the dudes that are just too slow come back in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little bit more speed in around the game. Not just like... Because right now we had speed in some decks that were just entirely unbalanced. Like Spike Bro. I mean, not Spike Bros. Sengar had a level of speed that was absurd compared to the state of the game was in at the time. What we need is a speed increase overall. Something kind of like, and I'm going to keep saying this, kind of like Legion. But we are excited for the technical booster. I am excited to see what it brings to the table. I think.
I got one more thing to bring to the table real quick.
Oh, go ahead, shoot.
Here we go. This is Wink Killer Misery. Choose your double R, grade 2, GB1, counterblast 1, and choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul. This is your Spike Brothers girl. She brought back the mechanic. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if this unit is boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to one card not named Wink Killer Misery, call it to an open rearguard circle, shuffle your deck, and that unit gets power plus 5,000 till end of turn. You're gonna rip whatever you want right out of the deck, throw it down, and see what your opponent says to you. Uh-oh, here comes 31 on the rearguard for funsies. Why not?
So, I guess what I want to do with these last about 10 minutes we have left of live stream, because we do have to get back to other things, I guess life and such, and rest, and things of that nature. I think Ryan has a meeting. I want to leave the next 5-10 minutes open to you guys' questions. So send them to us. We'll answer them as best we can. So yeah, shoot us your questions. What are you guys interested in? What do you guys want us to talk about for these last 10 minutes?
Yes, I want Lord Lambros to return. Always rippled non-believers. I spent so much money on them Lambroses. They were 35 apiece, so I can't play them no more.
Talk about what you think about the future of the meta. I
want new mechanics.
That's actually Braxton who just posted that. It's
right
tough
now
to
we've
say.
got LB4 and Stride. They pushed out Legion so they can bring in Grand Legion.
I don't know. I mean,
it.
I think it's a little too early to tell. I think we're going to see old decks come back again because Fighters Collection. I think because of Fighters Collection, we are going to see some old decks come back, and we're going to see this Limit Break Stride concept taken to full force and see less of Legion interpreted with Stride, which kind of stinks because I really like Legion, and I'm not a big fan of Limit Break, so, I mean, will I ride it through? Of course. But I think what Bushiroad's ramping up to is eventually a new mechanic, kind of like Grand Legion or something of that nature, and I think that would be interesting. So, have you heard of Battle Spirits? Have you heard of Battle Spirits?
Only the Digimon games.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say no. Yes! This is in fact a Saba on the wall. Legacy Saba! My favorite! You can't see this, guys, but there's a bookshelf over here. This is my apartment, by the way. There's a bookshelf over here. I'm a huge Power Rangers Super Sentai fan. So I have Megazords and Amiibos. A shit ton of Amiibos. I have Amiibos, Super Sentai toys, Power Ranger toys, stuff of that nature. And this is one of my most prized possessions because I love Saba. I'm gonna hold him.
Love Saba.
I'm gonna hold him when we talk. Da-da-da-da-da-da, Saba. So, should I go for Spectral Chrome Jailer or Bluish Flame? I say Bluish Flame. Go Bluish Flame. Yeah.
Yeah, there's... Wait, did you say Chrome Jailer?
Spectral Chrome Jailer or Bluish Flame.
That's not a deck anymore.
Yeah, that's not a deck anymore.
Now, if you want to see... No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that just like all willy-nilly and whatnot. We actually played with Spectral Duke Dragon for funsies, Braxton and I, on the roulette videos, which will go up eventually. It wasn't good. Like, we played it into D-Police, we almost played it into Royal Paladins, It was great, and by great I mean there wasn't anything that deck could do at all. There was nothing. You'd like, okay, I'm gonna play Spectre Duke Dragon now. Unless your opponent's playing straight Dote from the old days, it's not gonna work. So Bluish Flames, if you really want a new thing, no, we don't have the new Duke yet. By the way, the art looks fantastic, but it's a Shadow Paladin. Screw you, Shadow Paladins. You don't need.
We don't know. We don't know. He can have the
if
thing.
It's the Dark Gold Paladin.
He can have the Gold Paladin thing down there.
We need it. Give it back to Gold Paladins, please. The Revival Spectral Duke Stride, and then give it like a Spectral Duke Arc. What if Arc were like the Revival dudes and Sacred Regard's just the first? Because Dago's from the future or something. That'd be interesting. Anyway, have I reviewed the Grade 3 Dudley card yet? I'll do it right now. Dudley Jessica.
Go ahead, do it.
Where's the full art? GB2. All of the units with Dudley in its card name in your front row get power plus 2,000. Okay, so it's Dudley support. And Auto Vanguard, during your turn, when your G unit with Dudley in its original card name strides, choose your deck for up to one card with Dudley in its card name, call to an open rear guard circle, shuffle your deck, and that unit gets power plus 5,000. So it's your basic utility. Heartbreaker for Dudleys. Okay, you got a Dudley thing, but now you're kind of playing Geronimo, and let's see how good that is. Oh, wait, it's not. We're sorry. It's just... I mean, granted, you don't have to play Emperor anymore.
Alright.
That's fun.
So, next question. Of the stuff that is released in GPT-06, what are you most excited for?
Actually, this might be okay. Continue.
What are you excited for in GPT-06?
What am I excited for in GPT-06?
Yeah.
Is there Kagero?
No.
Wait, there's really not? There's not. I think you're lying to me. I think there is
I
Kagero.
don't think there is Kagero.
What?
In fact, I'm almost certain that there's not.
Somebody tell me that there's Kagero.
There's not Kagero. The dream is dead.
Please.
The dream. Saba says the dream is dead.
So it really is GPT-07 when we get Kagero support, isn't it? Let me see what's in GPT-06 again. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's a set. Woohoo! There's a new Oatmile. We got any actual cards yet?
Okay, wait. Is the Spec Duke actually revealed, or am I just? I'm pretty sure we just got the art for the Spec Duke. Right?
I've only seen the art. I think I would have heard about it if there was something. All right. Well, let me see what we got here in terms of.
Is this GPT-06?
This is GPT-06. We don't have the effects yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new Outlaw. I want to see Outlaw support, honestly.
Give
Good Outlaw support.
Good cards.
I want to see good
Make the
Outlaw
old
support,
cards
honestly.
bad. That's how we keep going in this game.
I want to see.
No, the old cards are good.
I want to see good Outlaw support. Hi, Andrew.
Rune Shade reprint. Oh, Rune Shade reprint. There you go. Screw you, $35 Rune Shade.
Let's do that one to Saba. Saying, give me the Saba. You don't get the Saba. It's my Saba. I'm a super fan. Thank you very much, Braxton, for reinventing that for everybody. Star Raiders are the leaders as next deck. I cannot stress this enough. I will say this only once. If you pick the leaders, I will come over there with this Saba and slap you across the face.
CBD superior.
CBD is vastly superior. Vastly superior. So,
Hold on. You're asking about Pendragon?
Pendragon, don't do it.
That. Now, if you want to be funny, you can go MLB, because MLB with Religious Soul Saver, we tried it. It wasn't that great. It was disappointing. Braxton tried it. Thing Saver, yeah, Thing Saver's not bad.
No, Think Saver, yeah, I would definitely.
Thing Saver real good.
Which is better, Revengers or Steel Dragons? Is that even a question?
Go by.
Revengers.
Steel Dragons were poop. They were poopy poop the whole time. The whole time, BT11 just made us sad, except for Dauntless. Dauntless was good.
Best stride in your opinion from Fighters Collection Winter? I know mine. Best stride in Fighters Collection Winter is Daikaiser.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Daikaiser's stride
Oh,
is
absolutely.
nuts!
Absolutely.
Is nuts! Ah.
No, I am not Arab. I am actually black.
Half black.
Half black.
So... Daikaiser stride's the best stride in Fighters Collection Winter, in my opinion. Let's see. The art is good. You win the internet. High res art. Alfred Outmile, not really. MLB Outmile, not really. Pendragon Outmile, not really. I guess of those three choices, you go Alfred Outmile or MLB Outmile. Do not get Pendragon
Maybe Legion
Outmile.
Outmile. Legion, just give yourself the Legion. That itself is okay.
Have you covered the new D-Robos and what happened to the Twitch streams? Hey, David, we are working. I'm going to talk to Jorge about enabling those Twitch streams. Jorge is in the land of the jank, also Venezuela. So he's got like internet of like 0.5 megabytes per second. Actually, I think he's in the Caribbean right now. I don't know where. We don't know where Jorge is, but he is on his way back.
He went to the Bermuda Triangle.
So he'll be back soon. I'm on ThinkSavers, pretty solid. MMO thing was fun.
Okay, alright. Question from Thomas Tiger. If we could add a new mechanic for Vanguard like Legion or Strike, what would it be? A new mechanic. I would honestly like to see the starters do more.
Yeah.
Because we keep looking at... What's the first card you're going to look at when new support comes out? You're going to look at the strides. Why? Because they're game-changing. But the things that are really coming in at the bottom are the starters. For example, how broken was the Dark Irregular starter in GBTO3? It was so broken. It did so many things for your deck. It was the... If you couldn't kill this, you were upset starter. I want to go back to those days where starters were just so important that they did something, that they kind of unlocked your deck versus... You know, they kind of do that now in, like... What am I thinking? Judge Bow? No, Judge Bow's an old card. No, I'm thinking Judge Bow.
You know what Shadow Battle?
Yeah, Shadow Battle.
Yeah.
Like the cards that totally unlock your deck.
Yeah.
I want more of those. I want starters to do things.
Morganrot.
What if there were like Morganrot? Morganrot really set us off with starters that, in the current age, were just better than running your grade 3 searcher, unless you're Kagura, in which case you'll never get Conro back.
Okay, here's what I want to see.
I want to see a reverse Vanguard where the starter is powerful, and then you have a real aggro deck where you're trying to do as much damage to your opponent as possible at grade 0, but you can't ride.
I want to see a new clan. And what I want to see...
Yeah, there we go.
In this new clan is... that they manipulate your opponent's counterblast. That's what I want to see.
Manipulating counterblast is something that I've wanted to see for a long time, but also what I really want to happen is the ability to manipulate your own stride deck. To pay costs with flips.
Okay.
Because what's one of... Especially if we could just put this ability in Gear Chronicle, where they can pay costs at the beginning or middle of the game where you can flip over a set number of units to do something, to boost yourself up. That way you're limiting your core mechanic, which is your powerful strides, but you get to the good ones faster.
Right.
It speeds up your deck, but it puts you at a gas a lot faster.
Yeah, I just want to see... I just want to see a clan that freaking just takes your opponent's damage and flips it. For them.
Or you rip things out of your soul.
The rip things out of the soul is not as important. Counterblast is a universally accepted form. Like, some use it less than others, but the soul is like, okay, like only some of these clans are going to be truly detrimented by it, but kind of everyone needs Counterblast.
It's true.
Everyone needs.
A lot of powerful decks use Counterblast.
Exactly. So if I eliminate that, what I would love is an anti-meta clan. It would probably have to come from, honestly, Stargate. Or a sub-clan from, like, Stargate or something that, like...
Oh, boo-hoo.
That does that. I would really like to see that, in fact. So let's see here. What booster sets are out of print in your place? I mean, a lot of the sets are out of print.
It really depends on... out of print? Like, can I go and buy a box off a website? Probably not. But can I walk into a store and they like reach behind the counter and pull out an old box of BT04? I found them. Yeah, I started pulling when Laurel got like up to $25. I started pulling packs and looking for Laurels, but all I found was the original PVD, and I was upset. I still sold it for $15. This is before the break ride hype.
Thoughts on grade 2 for D Police from Fire Selection Winter? Also nuts.
Also nuts. Also
counts as a grade 3 when drive check.
Oh,
I'm okay with this.
I like running.
I like this a lot.
It's like
I like it a lot.
Triggers by the time you get there, maybe. That's awesome. Why aren't you doing that? That's sweet. What do I think about mixing clans? again, something that I thought was going to happen before we got Legion. I thought the next thing, after Limit Break was mixing clans. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
If you could have some sort of split mechanic. And playing the best cards from 2 clans together just to increase the power of the game. It makes for a lot more options in a game where there aren't really staples, there are staple effects, there are generic things, but there's nothing really tying us together. And they're trying to do that with Prey Elementals, making sure that in the event your clan didn't get something, now you at least have an option. But mixing clans opens up a whole new side of the game. Like, even when it's just a lesser version of Extreme Fight, which saw some really crazy things.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. And then,
like, do you remember the Riser deck that played Murakumo cards because they allowed you to search Cat Butler?
No, I think you're talking about Cat Risers.
Yeah, Cat Risers. It was Cat Risers.
It was Witches.
No.
Okay, well, there was another one that was Witches. It was
just a tech card. There was a tech Murakumo card off of the Legion.
Oh, yeah,
that you could pull Cat Butler out of the deck with.
But it also used Witches in the deck.
Yeah.
It used Shadow Witches, Risers, and...
Oh, yeah, it played 3 clans.
Yeah, it played 3 clans.
Yeah, you could just do a whole bunch of cool stuff by putting a bunch of cards together, or a bunch of effects together, and allowing you to play both. I mean, Lord kind of shut us down there in the first place with the card text, but then mixing clans invalidates old cards. You can't play cards like Dote anymore, where you might have multiple clans on the field, and then Kagero has to find something new, or it has to play the mixed things. Kagero and Narukami, or Kagero and Aquaforce. Like, these would be cool things that we could do, but we're not doing them. For God knows what reason, Bushiroad does not like mixing clans.
Okay. We're going to try to attack these questions very quickly, okay? So do you want like a grade 1 that on ride flips up a stride or something? Yeah, I would love that actually. That'd be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like a grade 1 that on ride you get to flip something from your G zone.
That's exactly what I want. That's literally exactly what I want.
Do you think that the Daikaiser Break Ride effect is too overpowering? Not in the Break Ride, but in a stride, a little bit. A little bit. Also with just the synergy that deck has now, a little bit, but it's cool. What do you think of the support for the Jewel Knights as well as the Shadow Witches? Since I play both decks, I want your opinion on them. The Shadow Witches, I love the stride. However, the deck doesn't have enough potency in today's meta. It's not like Mega Colony where the stride was so busted that it didn't matter how much poop the rest of the deck was, because the stride was gonna get it there. His stride is great if only it had the grade 3s and the rear guards and the deck synergy that it needed to make it all play out.
What's a good way to encourage clan mixing? Putting the same archetype in different clans and then letting you play both. Because what does OTT witches need? The other witches from Shadow Paladins. The other witches everywhere. Just let them come all together. Have a grade 3 that says you can, play any kind. All witches are treated as, all clans. Awesome. Now we're in business. Now we can do things. If I could be any unit on Cray, who would I be? The Ace. He ruled the world. It was great. The end.
Wait, any unit? Did he say any unit?
Any unit on Cray, who would you be? The Ace.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
I want to be Alfred.
Yeah, you'd be dumb. I'd have killed you. This is lore. I killed you.
So, what do you think of the support for the Jewel Knights, though? So, as for the Jewel Knights, I think this suffers from a different problem, where the synergy of the deck is great. I'm just not impressed enough with the stride. I'm honestly not impressed with the stride. And that only because Royal Paladins have a ton of good strides, and they're just some better ones you can play. I mean, I'll still go with Saint Blow, Outmile, your one of Gablade, your one of Samuel, and your freaking Saint Guard strides and play Saint Guard. Until Saint Guard is dealt with, you play Saint Guard.
You play Saint Guard.
Play Saint Guard Alfred. Play Saint Guard Thingsaver. Well, not Saint Guard Alfred. Don't do that. Play Saint Guard Thingsaver. Play Saint Guard Outmile. Play Saint Guard Saint Guard. Play Saint Guard New Saint Guard when we get it.
There we go.
Play Saint Guard Ashley. Play Saint Guard anything. Just play Saint Guard and drop 2 of those strides in there for when you explode all over the face.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. What ability does Neonectar need for it not seen at tournaments? I think Neonectar needs to go down the control path. This game is going to be long and annoying, and I'm going to outlast you. How they do that, I'm not entirely sure. But right now, their mechanic was subpar at best. When I talk about mechanics, it's kind of like picking decks in Arena and Hearthstone. It's some clans' mechanics are strictly better than others in a totally random space. Like, making a dude is simply better than giving yourself one attack and an armor. Like, I can do things with a dude, but can you do things with that one attack? Not necessarily. So, the mechanic was subpar. It was kind of like, do your units match? Then they have more power. That was its most powerful when Sephiroth was a thing. But now we're kind of stuck in the weird Neo-Nectar space where they don't really do anything powerful. If they can get on the use your opponent's counterblast for your effects, or take their soul away, or do something, or a pseudo-stun, like if they had a mechanic called Vine or something where they could reach out and link units together where they get more power in their Vanguard, but then your opponent can't use... Like, imagine if you could bind units together, and something like that. Or force your opponent to do things. Right. Like, when this unit attacks, force your opponent to intercept, so they lose their grade 2. It's a pseudo-retire that they can't stop.
Right.
Something that unseats your opponent, really, would be fantastic.
So, I'm just going to hit a couple of non-technical questions. Can you load this on YouTube? Yes, this will be on YouTube as soon as I figure out how to get it on YouTube. And then, but I mean, I'm pretty sure the way YouTube does it is it archives it immediately afterwards and publishes it. So it'll be published immediately after we get done. Is EB11 still here?
No.
No.
Almost no way.
Wait, EB11? Which one's EB11?
That's the Shadow Palette, the important one.
Oh, yeah, no.
I think.
Pretty sure. Random, what did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's? I love Five Nights at Freddy's.
It was okay.
I enjoyed it.
I thought I got, like, there needed to be 5 of them. There did not need to be 5 of them. Just like Paranormal Activity. There's 4. There's gonna be 5.
No, he's not making
it. You're not making it praise. There didn't need to be 4 of them. One or
I
two.
love the lore. I love the lore behind freaking Five Nights at Freddy's. I watch all the videos on their lore. I know that makes me dark, but I don't care.
I'll give you the next one. Next
one.
No time for games.
What do you think about playing Phantom Blaster Dragon and Kagura as a win condition?
See, you just figured out a stream fight. Congratulations.
Grade 1 Generation Breakers, get on it, Bushy Road. Yeah, get on it, please. What ability? Oh no, you already seen that. Is Aqua best clan now until CBD in a month? Yes.
It's not the best, I would say,
but it's one of the good.
Yeah, it's one of the good.
Isabella, sorry for the question marks. I don't know what that means. How
are we having? Is anyone else having audio problems? Pretty sure they can hear us.
Yeah, pretty sure they can hear us.
Yeah, nothing really changed since the last time.
Exiled Overlord. Like, Joker's the best guy, so fuck you shit.
They're gonna hit us with all of that, and we're gonna see how it changes things.
How long do you think there's gonna be until there's a second Chronojet Outmile, Mistake, etc. Grade 3? Pretty sure we're getting a GPT-06. Another Outmile, at least. I don't know about another Chronojet.
I think they're doing strides. If they're grade 3s, that's something interesting.
I mean, I think we need another Outmile grade 3, because the first one was bad. They can hear us.
Okay, they can hear us. Kate, it must be you.
Hi, Kate.
Is DP top tier now? DP is like the dark horse. It's the one we don't like to talk about. It's more like it's the one that will get you, but it won't get all the way there. And it's kind of sad that is. It's such a powerful clan, but it's always been just a little bit of a glass cannon. When things set up all over you, when DP sets up on you and kills you, you're upset because like, oh, this clan's so broken, but they just don't have the results to show for it. They just can't make it all the way.
What clans are you going to be using on Card Fight Online? I'm actually going to stick with Ranbu.
If it starts off in G only, probably Token Ranbu. I really want to play Gear Chronicle. That was a clan I really wanted to learn how to use.
Gear Chronicle will be solid.
But that's where a lot of brewing is gonna take place. If it's only G format, we're gonna take a long
look at what's available to us. Also Cosmic Heroes. I want to play some Cosmic Heroes.
Oh, yeah, you really did like Cosmic Heroes.
Yeah, I really did like Cosmic Heroes. Can I combo the Great and the Dragonic Overlord Breakride? Why not? Do it!
Sure. You can if you like.
I don't know. Wait. Is he actually asking me if you can? Can you?
Can you?
Brax, can you? You're the only one who's played both cards extensively.
Probably.
I think when he's meaning,
can you triple restand?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
with the Great. Because I'm pretty sure the Great might say you can't use the skill even if the cost is paid.
Hang on. Next question, and I will figure that out to make sure that works. Magician, Emperor, Dragon, Overlord, the Great. It might be one of those. If there's a question here, it might be because the timing misses. If you don't use one of the effects, you miss it because you have to use them both at the same time, and the triggers don't stack.
So wait, what now?
I'm pretty sure what's going to end up happening here is one of them's going to miss time. One of the triggers is going to miss timing, and you can't like choose to activate it again.
Chaos Breaker does get a stride. It's called Chaos Universe. It's great. There is no good deleter deck in this format. Sorry. I'm sorry to break your heart, but if I could, I would give you one. But there's not. I'll come at you with Cosmics, and you can play Cosmics.
Okay, yep. It's you cannot combo the Great and Dragonic Overlord Break Ride because Dragonic Overlord the Break Ride specifically says choose a card draw from your hand, discard it. At the end of this battle, this unit attacked a rear guard. You may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit. This unit cannot be used for the rest of the turn, and even if you do not pay the cost, this ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn.
So you can't stand again.
So you have to choose one of the abilities, and yeah, this is the same thing with the Blau ruling.
Right.
How if you don't use the effects when they come up, you don't get to use them again.
Right, that makes sense.
You cannot combo the Break Ride and the Great.
Oh, a Break Strider. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that.
So you had options? I mean, that'd be okay.
The Pale support is amazing.
You just
can't wait.
kind of produce the same problem we're having now, is where limit break is important.
Joker's a joke. Are you guys gonna play the Pale News some more? We might not. We haven't decided yet. We're still
CFO, I'll try it out. Why not?
That's right. Isn't it?
You know?
I'll call it that.
Ask Jorge to make it on.
They're not. There isn't a real term though for break stride, or for what break strides are. I mean, some people call them heartbreakers, some call them break strides. We just call them when you stride over it.
It does the thingy.
It does the thingy. Sometimes we call it break stride. Sometimes just know that we do that interchangeably. We've done it for videos now. I apologize for the confusion, but it's just something we've gotten used to. Man, this XL Overload loves him some little Joker. Alright. Would you guys want to see an anime based on the lore in Vanguard? Yes. As long as it wasn't the Aces universe.
It would be lovely if it didn't suck.
I love Vanguard lore.
Yeah, the Vanguard lore is fine, but if you totally ruin it, then we just get then we just get bad anime.
As long as if it was like Chronicles. Like it was just like it didn't try to follow one
stories
over.
from the Vanguard lore or something.
Exactly.
Where everything happens and it's fast paced, but it's just like part of the story.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
like there's an overarching war going. You know, the story of the wars, the invasion wars.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like.
But it's not told through like Blaster Blade's eyes.
It's episodic.
It's episodic, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what's going on over in this region? What's going on over in this region?
Oh,
and here's the story.
It would be really boring. What? We'd just be like, oh, it's a zoo episode. Nope, throw it away.
Oh, Link Joker came and they can please show everybody. Okay. It has been an hour and 20 minutes. We are going to call it here, boys. Sorry if we didn't get to your questions. We will do another live stream at the latest next week at around this time, Monday 8, until we get these changes organized, until we get everything going on, everything figured out. We are going to be doing some live streams for you guys just to get you guys to know that we are not dead. We are here. We are alive. We love you. We just need a little bit of break to relax and recharge our batteries. But we'll see you soon. If you are just joining us, we are sorry you're coming at the tail end. Please start over once this is archived and watch it at your pleasure. Just start from the 7-8 minute mark. I say that at the beginning of the video, but it's also muted, so please forgive me. We'll see you next time here with Team Absolution. This has been the Doombringer Griffin and the Captain signing out. And before I leave you, I will leave you with one final gift, one token from me to you. See the bookshelf? The bookshelf.
Like they can kind of see the bookshelf.
Yeah, you can kind of see the bookshelf.
Okay, so you see the top of the shelf is all the Megazords and stuff, and the one down is all his Ranger keys, and then the next one down, and that row is filled with amiibos. Every Smash amiibo, except save like 4 that have come out so far, he's got right there.
And that's my Senta stuff. I'm working on getting more from home. Alright, everybody. You guys have a great night. We'll see you here next time with Team Absolution. Peace.